everybody, and welcome to the Starving Artist Development. Wait, I was about to say the Starving Artist Development Academy because
you've been working in schools too much.
I've been working in the school. Oh my god. Okay. And you know what? I'm not going to edit it out. But yes, welcome to the Starving Artist Development Podcast. I'm your host, Gabrielle Caruthers, where we talk to independent artists working in the industry, artist management, and building community. Today, I can't believe I just botched that.
It's all good.
I have a very special guest. A very dear friend of mine whom I have known for quite some time. A lot of people, they know him as a lyricist, and I say that because he can honestly back it up. But he is more than a lyricist. He is a father. He is a chef, and he is a home rehabilitator. He is an all-around Renaissance man, and I am so grateful and thankful that he is taking the time out on this Saturday to come and kick it with us. Please, everybody, give it up for the artist formerly known, the Essence, aka
my man Fonzo.
Yeah. My gosh, how are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm smooth, like just making it. Like I was telling you off camera, like life been whipping my ass, but I'm still winning.
I understand.
Like, I'm still
Everybody
winning.
get it. You told Hoppo to beat me,
right? Making it happen.
It's life, and man, all I can say is, listen. Sometimes we make it look good, but nobody knows the struggles that we have been struggling with. But we digress. We keep pushing, and I don't know if it's just in our DNA. Okay, I don't know if it's just in our DNA. I don't know what it is, but we keep pushing. And again, I'm grateful to have you on the show today. Last time, ooh, that was loud. Last time we did a podcast interview, it was for my old podcast, G Marie Taught Me. And I still have the footage on my personal page when we went live. And that was something, I think that was actually my first time going live, or my second time going live. And I know you said that was your first time actually hopping on a live interview.
I remember that.
Yes. Yes.
That was a
and I was
fun
pregnant
time.
then. I was pregnant. And now I have a whole 4-year-old.
Yep. Man, what? Look at me. Look at us. I got a whole 3-year-old.
Look at us. We are adults. We over here adulting.
You know what? I don't even know how to perceive this, but what I'm gonna say is just like real raw. Like looking back as a kid, I never wanted to grow up. I never envisioned this for me. Like it just hit me one night. Like I was high and I was like, "Damn, I'm a whole adult." Like, I did not think this was gonna be my life. Like just being an adult. Like man, like doing open enrollment for for insurance. It's like what is this, man? Like, I want to go outside and play.
Yes, that's something that my mom had to do for me. And now, yeah, you're right. It's like, wow, I'm over here
just like, damn.
filling out open enrollment. Listen, I just finally got my 401k from the previous school that I worked at that had a flag on my account. Couldn't even access it for like 3 or 4 years.
That shit crazy. Just like, this is real adult shit.
This is real. And now I got to put in my traditional IRA. So that way I have access to it and then I can start investing. But it was a long time coming. The fact that I have to fight for my 401k, that's wild.
That's wild.
That is wild. But we got it. It's going to get taken care of. We here. We made it. We made it. And I'm so glad that you brought that up too. I was talking to my husband about when I finally decided to retire being a dance educator after teaching for 20 years and performing for 30. I said I finally knew what Peter Pan felt like when he finally had to leave Never Never Land. I said, I get it now. I get it. I get it.
It's beautiful though. It is. Just every step, like even the good and the bad, when you can take it in totality, I could say it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you see a version of yourself through your children, and it's almost healing. It's
Yeah,
radical healing too. And it's a healing that you never expected to have to endure, but it's a journey that you need to go on in order to be a better person, not only for your children, but for yourself as well, right?
yeah.
So I know for me, I'm grateful to be a mom.
Nah, I love being a dad. Like it's, I ask all my friends with kids and be like, does it ever stop being surreal? Because it don't. Like it really don't. Like he'll do something and just be like, the one thing that bugged me was like, I'm like, dude, you look like me. So it just gives me like a better opportunity to learn how to not only love him but love myself as well. So it's just like it's been great.
Yeah, oh, God definitely works
It's
in
been very
mysterious
challenging,
ways.
but it's been
Very.
great.
They will test your patience. Oh man, they will have you ready to nuck if you buck on some days. But when they're sleeping like an angel and you look at them and you look at the house all jacked up and snacks everywhere, and you just like, how is this beautiful angel sleeping like this after terrorizing the entire house?
Exactly. Exactly.
So I definitely get it. But all right, so let's dive into some questions. All right. So like I said, a lot of people know you as a lyricist, but like I said, I think you're an all around Renaissance man. When did you decide that you wanted to become a rapper?
Man. Oh, dude, this is ages ago. Man, like middle school. Like I always wanted to do it. I would say my first ever like favorite rapper was Ludacris. He just was so cool to
Mm,
me. Like he was so cool. I never thought I could be a rapper because I was like, I'm
mm,
not as cool as him. So I would like write raps and we would rap them at the lunch table, but I would give them to other people. And that's when I would know, like, oh, these is kind of sweet. Like, let me keep them. And I want to say, like, the first rapper that made me think I could be a rapper was Nas, because it was like I heard "Take It In, Blood" for the first time off it was written, and it just was like, I never brag. How real I keep it, cause it's the best secret. I rock a vest, prestigious, Cuban link flooded Jesus. In the Lex watching Kathy Lee and Regis. My actions are one with the seasons. A tech squeezing, executioner. Winter time I rockin' for mega pop. It was so cool. It was like I was like, no, I have to do that. Like I have to be the one that's doing that too. And it was just ever since then, it was like it's always been something I've been passionate about. Something like I said, I don't do it as frequently, but I'm gonna get back. I'm definitely getting my back into it because, like I said, life. But it's something I'll never like let go. It's just like you ever see like people be rapping when they 50. I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be me. Like, that's gonna be me, dog. Like, yeah, but man, like I always, and you know what's the crazy part is just like you said, we look at everything in totality. Like I am a rapper. Like I got projects out, I got features. People telling me like it's a rapper, Crimson Alchemist. She work at my job, and I seen her for the first time the other day. She was like, "Yo, I seen a new joint you put up," and it'd be like, "Damn, people really be listening to me, like people really like me." So it's like I am, and it's a beautiful thing. I'm proud of it, and man, like I said, I'm gonna be doing
Well,
it.
I can definitely attest to your music, and I'm not saying that because I am your friend. I remember hearing what for the first time, Last Day Being Broke, right? Or
Yeah,
Last Day.
yeah,
And I remember playing your EP a lot. And I remember showing my husband, I'm like, you don't understand. I'm like, he's
shit's hard.
really talented.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
really talented. And I used to play your EP when I used to travel to Cleveland and Cincinnati and stuff, when I still had my drop top Jeep. Now my husband has it now, but we had actually sealed the drop top part because
Oh, y'all
it's
see
jacked
me?
up. It don't even work. But
Yeah.
I would literally go to Cleveland and I would drop the top and I would blast your EP.
That shit, man. I love it. I
And I'm
love it. I
I'm
appreciate
so serious. I'm so serious.
it.
And one thing I can say, you as a lyricist, you're definitely a storyteller. You're a storyteller, right? Like you
Mm.
have, Lil Wayne who has these like hits and these punches, and you have Eminem too, who is kind of like in between um his comedic side,
Yeah.
but also his storytelling side, right?
Mm,
But then you think about Kendrick Lamar and how you can put on his entire album and play it straight through, and
exactly.
you almost feel like you're there, like it's cinematic. And I want to tell you that your lyrics are cinematic.
Thank you.
They're cinematic. So the fact that you saw Nas as a means of inspiration, you were like, oh wait a second, I can do that. But also having the gift to where you write so much, you can just kind of like, oh well, I can ghostwrite for you here. You can take this song or whatever.
Yeah.
I am finding that the most talented people are usually the ones that they're so invested in their craft that they don't even realize how talented they are until it just takes that one opportunity where they're like, wait a second, people are actually listening to me, people are actually
Man.
feeling what I'm doing and stuff. And you'll be in the trenches and you'll be working hard and putting out music, or sometimes you're just at home and you just writing and working on perfecting and honing your craft. But
Mm,
I need you to know people really rock with you.
yeah, man, that means a lot because it's times where I could feel like that's not the case. So it's just like just to see it and hear it, or just like I done got so many instances where I heard people tell me my music last day didn't change their lives. Like so it's like, man, like that shit means a lot. Like it does. Like it's it's definitely a vehicle that kind of helps me continue to do it. Cause like I said, like you look at everything in totality, life is crazy, and you know, sometimes it's hard to even like think a certain shit. Or for me personally, it'd be more so processing life because it's like I want to tell these stories that I'm experiencing, but it's just me getting ready to process them. Once I can process those things, it's easy to let the pen go. But it's just like the way life move is hard for me to process stuff. Is I'm like always on go, like go, go,
Mm,
go, next, next. So it's like that's low key what's been kind of holding a lot of stuff up because like these past couple years, a lot of stuff just happened at once, and it was like I never really stopped to process these things. So now it's just like now I'm getting the time to like chill back and look at everything in the totality and ask myself how do I feel, um, what's going forward and stuff. So that's essentially the music I'm creating now.
yeah,
Um, like I was
yeah.
saying, I was actually telling Krim the other day that like, man, I got so much songs, but it's like I just feel like I got so much pain in my life, strife in my voice that it don't sound
Mm,
like me no more. So
okay,
it's
okay.
like, yeah, I'm gonna let those things fly. I'm gonna let the music go out, but it's just like I'm more excited about the music I'm starting to make. Even like if it's necessarily not like if it's like a rough draft or just something to put down, it's always like expiring for me because it's just like, all right, that's me currently now, and not compared to any other stuff I have because like I'm eventually keep putting that stuff up. Like the last song I put up three options. That's an old record, but it was
That's an
like
old record.
it's an old record. But it's so like I just feel like that premise is just like one of those things that is kind of like stuck within like a black male mindset in a sense because so many people can really feel like that. Like, yo, I really coming from I only had three options.
Yeah,
So it was like, look, rap, sell drugs, or get drafted. And then it's just now it's like I'm actually working on a song called The Fourth Option, which is like, man, I actually got way more. I might actually have 30 options, like you were saying off camera, but it's just like all about finding yourself. But it was just like in that particular mindset when I made that, it was just like that's where I was. That's where my mindset was. It was like, look, this is what I'm good at.
right.
This is where a lot of black men feel like they good at or
Uh,
their only option. And it's just like it's kind of like in a sense like yo follow through with whatever you're doing. You know what I mean? Because it's just like the government not gonna look out for you.
no,
Like a lot of niggas
no.
not gonna look out for you, so you got to do what you need to do. But me now, like maturing, realizing it's like, man, there's so many options. Like there's so much things you can do, and it's like I say, processing that, and then it's just like writing it down. Like it's I don't know. Like I said, I love doing
Y'all,
it.
listen, I am such a sap. I am so sensitive and I'm over here like I'm tearing up because listen, y'all gotta understand with black men's mental health. Child, I was not expecting
Man,
this. Oh
listen.
Lord.
Man, listen, like and
I'm
this is
finding there's literally a connection. So the last few people I've been interviewing, starving artist development started out as like just some random idea, right? Just a random
mhm,
idea. And I know that building community was most important to me, right?
definitely.
The reason why I think today's interview has resonated not only with myself, but so many other people because I am finding there is a connection with black men that are in hip hop that use hip hop as a means of therapy, right?
Man,
And they share their stories and their struggles. And with men's mental health, the first thing they go to is anger, right? Because they don't know how to talk their feelings through. And it's not their fault. It's just black men were never taught how to process their emotions.
man,
But what is so beautiful about the last few people I've talked to that are independent hip hop artists, and by artists I mean like, muralists,
yeah,
MCs, producers, is that they are finding healing in their art, right?
definitely.
And this is so important to me. This project is so important to me. And like I said, one, thank you for sharing your story. Two, I can't believe I'm over here tearing up. Oh my God.
Okay.
I gotta get my life together.
It's
But
all right. I'm emotional with you, so I feel it. Like,
but
man,
I stepped away from my art because it was no longer healing for me. And
I
I'm
mean,
so glad that you're still finding healing
yeah,
through your artistry.
it's hard. Like I said, like life be life, and then it's just like sometimes you don't find joy because it's been times where it's like I don't even find the joy in this, but it's like I feel like I'm so connected to it where it's just like, uh, and in some ways, unfortunately, this is probably my means of healing because I have yet to go to therapy yet
Yeah. I'm
because
listening.
it's recognizing like certain things um like I said, having to process things, but it's just like this is how I taught myself how to process through certain things. It's just like writing it down. So like yeah, it's gonna be hard and sometimes you find that you don't get the joy you want out of it or you thought you was gonna get, but it's one of those things like you look at love in totality. It's it's not always gonna be peachy keen when it's provided to you. It's gonna
Yep.
come the way you need it. For me, as far as like making music, it just came through like weathering the storm and being consistent in whatever form it possibly is, even if it's with myself, even if it's with like writing a 16 a day or writing some lines down or just feeling something or just writing about how I felt or seen something.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
that's just how you kind of push forward through it. Cause it's like, man, I feel like if you keep putting into it, I feel like anytime you love something, it's gonna love you back. As far as if it's genuine love you putting into it. So I keep pushing into it, and I genuinely feel like it's starting to pull me out of like whatever like mental rut I'm in, um, and I'm grateful for
Ooh. I lost my
it.
thug card today. I
No,
ooh.
you still got it. You still got it. Those was thug
I
tears.
I I know, but like I never imagined that it would take this interview for me to like have one of those.
You know what? It happened in the randomness of times. I bust out crying the other day. I made breakfast for my son for the first time. Like he sat there
Oh.
and ate it and just was singing, and I was crying, bawling, bawling, man. I couldn't take it.
Oh.
It
But see,
was just
that's
him and
that's
I.
the transformation of, that journey to healing and self-discovery and being able to, be a better parent or even parent yourself differently, right? Because
Yeah,
when we're parents, we learn how to parent and care for ourselves a lot differently. And, you know, um I know my upbringing it's a little off because I come from a blended family, so I'm the only child between my mother and my father. I don't want to go too much into my personal story, but
Mhm.
I will say this. I noticed that the dynamic of my family really changed after my niece Kira passed away in June, and just going through that process and like watching her, battle cancer, it made me open my eyes and see my family for who they really are, right? And that's something that, I've had to heal from, obviously, that I'm still healing from.
Mm,
Um when it comes to using our art as therapy, right? Like, people don't understand, if you're not an artist, you don't realize how much you need your art to survive,
yeah,
like
man.
in most days, right?
That's
And
man.
when that is taken away from you, or when you don't feel the same, like in your writing process, even just you saying, like, I was recording my music, and I just didn't even sound the same, but being able to like notice and recognize that, one thing I'm noticing with a lot of artists is that there isn't a sense of authenticity in their art anymore, right? Like, what if we as artists put everything on the table so people can see our process, so people can see our journey? Will we be respected more? Will we, get more streams, more views, because we're finally allowing our audience to come in and to see a version of ourselves that we normally keep, at home? And then even that too, like when you're an artist and trying to keep your personal life separate from your artistic life, right? Like, that's why
Mm,
everybody has a stage name or whatever. I mean, it's pretty much, it's a persona that you take on when you have a stage name. You can kind of create a person when you're on stage, but
yeah.
then once you go home, you're Alfonzo to
Yeah.
your son, to your girlfriend, right? And to them, they see Alfonzo, but then the world may see Alfonzo, formerly known as the Essence. and
Right.
and there's a persona. It's almost like you can escape. You can escape when you're on stage, right? And I think that's
Yeah.
the beauty about being an artist. And I wish there were people out there that supported our artistry the same way we pour into our artistry, right? In so many words.
Right.
Um, so all right, I'm good with the thug tears.
Yeah, I
I done
think
got all the tissue off my lip. I was over here looking crazy. The white around your lip. Yes, I had to get all that. Oh my gosh. So okay, so let's dive into the next question. I would say let's talk about your approach to like your rhyming scheme. Like, how do you approach that in your writing process?
um so it's just like I feel like it's varied from over the years. Like now it's just like I have a thought that a process in my brain or and I will try to like convey it to what it means to me personally. And then it was just like, all right, once I can figure out how this ties to me personally, then it's easier for me to create not necessarily lyrics, but more so thoughts, and tie it's almost kind of like the whole English exercise where we used to do the brainstorm with the bubble, but it
Mhm.
was just like it's always me at the center of the brainstorm. So my thought will come from me. And it's just like, all right, what what ties this to me and how what way can I speak on this? Like even if it's just like a situation about like a girl or something, if I'm doing a record like that, how does a situation tie into what I'm trying to convey? Because I feel like I've lived a life. So it's like I didn't had so many situations or things that had happened. It's just like, all right, I can tie these to me personally. And then once the writing process comes, now I just have like a streams of thoughts. Now I can get lyrics. And then I usually just think of like whatever type of metaphors or like what message I am trying to convey through the bars. And it's just like at that point, that's when the lyricism comes in. It's like, all right. how do I want to convey these? What type of styles do I want to use, like, to convey this record? And it also combines with the beats as well. Like, what am I feeling from the beat? It's a lot, but I feel like once you kind of get a process down like that, it kind of happen really fast. So that be for me. And then, like I said, like I'm always jotting lines down, like because I always got thoughts coming. And then sometimes like I'll get something and I'll catch a wave and I'll just probably write a whole 32, or I might do a 16, might do an 8 bar, whatever, and I'll come back to it. But it's just like a lot of times if I'm making a song, it'll come from that one initial thought and how it pertains to me. And I figure like once you really, I feel like being an artist, once you really understand you, is it's a lot. I don't ever want to say easy because nothing's easy, but it's a lot simpler to start creating because you're technically just extending yourself onto whatever canvas you're working on, whether it's
Mm.
rap, paint, dance, just how you want to interpret yourself for people to see. And that's usually my process. Like I said, my brother just sent me some songs, so I'm on the same thing with that. Then that's just how I work. Is and it's definitely varied from how I used to because it was like I would just feel like when you young, you kind of got that and just go in and just write. But now it's just like I said, it's just so much that now it's like I don't want to extend myself to something that doesn't necessarily pertain to me.
Mm.
So that's essentially what it is because then it won't be real. You know,
Mm. Yeah, it
so that's
doesn't feel
why.
authentic.
Yeah, I wanted to be authentic. That's why I'm like, my brainstorm always got me at the center, and then it's just like the thoughts come from around there. Yeah, that's my process, and honestly, it ties into like a lot of things about me, like even with my name change, because like when you spoke on like you can go on stage and you creating this character. For me, I felt like I felt like life was getting too heavy. I'm like, I don't want to create a character. I just want to be me, and that's
Mm.
that's why like I changed my name to my man's Fonzo. The my man's came from just like people see it and it's just like, oh, that's my man's Fonzo. Like, yeah, but so it's like, but yeah, it's just I'm like I just want to be Fonzo, and I feel like that's the most interesting thing you could be is yourself because it's no one like you, and I just felt like being the essence, it was just a lot tied into it, and one day I just asked myself, the essence of what? And I'm like,
Mm.
the essence of me. And I'm like, well, the essence of me is me. So I was like, look, I just want to be me, man. That's just the route I was going. And that was another thing that's kind of holding stuff up because I'm going to transfer all my music to my new stage name, but it's so many hoops and bounds and distro kid and then switching to another. It's a lot, yo. It's so
Let's talk
much.
about it. Let's talk about it. So, you being an independent artist, you definitely know the process of like just making sure that your stuff is registered correctly, right?
Yes,
What I am learning about independent artists, you have to register your name with ASCAP, correct, right?
yes, yes.
So, can you kind of walk me through that process? Like, what does that process look like for an independent artist?
So I mean, like it's pretty simple,
Okay.
but it's one of them things where it's just like, and it's a lot of things like this where if you don't do it, you're missing out on a lot of money in a sense that people don't tell you. But it's just like you going through, you get your ASCAP code, and then you essentially register yourself as a writer and as a publisher. So it's just like when you do your splits, like you automatically got to split it between both of those, like the 50-50. So you want to register yourself as your artist name and then your regular name, like obviously your government. And then those things kind of just like tie everything in. So when you're doing your distro kit, each song got an ISRC code. So now when I transfer my songs over, I still can use that code and then it can tie it into my new ASCAP. It's a lot of things because it's like if I was to just transfer over, I would essentially be re-uploading the song as a new song.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. And then, like I said, I was going through DistroKid. They don't really have the best customer service,
Mm.
and just like I've been hearing in so many different circles, man, I'm switching from DistroKid. And it's one of them things like when you first start, it's like, all right, it's $40 a whole year. You can upload as much. But then you kind of think like, all right, $40. I mean, some things just be a little too cheap, you know what I mean? So it's like, what are we missing here? It's so much, it's so much, and I feel like as the years go on and progress, like they made it a bit simpler for the upcoming artists to promote and put out their music. Like man, when I first started, it was just like I felt like everybody was like gatekeeping all the codes. So it's just like it's stuff I'm still unearthing today. Like I didn't know you could get paid for like shows that you don't get paid for. Like if you upload your set list through ASCAP, yeah, you sent me that.
Want to see the rest of the conversation between Fonzo and I? Stay tuned for part 2.